I walked out to see crowds staring at a burning building. Just a few moments later, I watched as the second plane flew into the World Trade Center. I knew then that things would never be the same. I walked home from work that day in a snowball of ash that was blowing over from Brooklyn, from lower Manhattan, praying that love and creativity and resilience would take us through and help us make sense of this shock, of this devastating loss. It was my greatest fear that I would have to 10 years later still be praying for the same. What is worse is that the fear fomented by the US government has continued. The institutional oppression of Muslims and Arabs in this country has continued. The racial profiling, the mistrust, the horrors of state and non-state violence. What is worse even than that is that not just that violence has continued, but that it has been normalized. At Jewish Voice for Peace, where I am the national organizer, our work is not just to lead effective divestment campaigns against companies who profit from the Israeli occupation of West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem, but to be steadfast in working here at home to combat Islamophobia and anti-Arab racism. For example, the youth wing of our organization last year disrupted Benjamin Netanyahu's talk in New Orleans. And they did so without consequence. While 11 Muslim students at the University of California, Irvine, who earlier last year disrupted the talk of Michael Oren, the Israeli ambassador to the US, and are now facing felony charges. These types of actions that criminalize Muslim students while Jewish youth who do the same thing walk away scot-free, in some ways are expected, and our work at JVP is seen as remarkable, but it shouldn't be. We should not normalize oppression or violence, and I regret that the work that we're doing at Jewish Voice for Peace to combat Islamophobia is seen as special, unique, or remarkable. I wish for us to see this violence afresh, not to become numb to it. Each time we see it as an act of resilience, stay awake, to combat it with creativity and not to become numb. We are now in the Jewish month of Elul, a month ahead of the Jewish high holidays, where we prepare for the new year, reflecting on where we have fallen short, asking forgiveness, and returning to our core values. I want to invite you now, whether you are Jewish or not, in the spirit of the month of Elul, to reflect on a place in your life where you are part of normalizing things that transgress your values. How are you part of normalizing the culture of fear, the culture of a war on terror, the war on Muslim and Arab people in this country? Think about one thing you can start to work on trying to disrupt that normalization. Make a commitment to yourself in honor of the lives lost, of the lives tormented and disturbed, of the lives being stolen even at this second. Make a commitment to asserting and acting as though the world is different. As we move forward, I offer us this blessing. Brucha at ya mekor ha'chaim, hatomechet banu v'havienu, or lechoshech, marpeh l'shever, v'shalom l'chol yoshvei tzavel. Blessed are you, source of life, who helps us to bring light where there is darkness, healing where there is brokenness, and peace to all the earth's inhabitants. Thank you.